Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to learn about the major world ecosystems. We are going to learn about mountains, forests, and tropical rainforests. So let's go ahead and start with a mountain that's actually very close to where we live. And we'll zoom on in here. Mount Timpanogos, which is right close to where you live. Raise your hand if you've ever been to Mount Timpanogos. Great. Have you ever been on a hike up there? Are the mountains there? Are they high or are they low? Yes, they're higher than your house. They're extremely high. There's also, this is a picture of Mount Timpanogos, as I'm sure you've seen, and that's the valley. Now, what is a mountain? A mountain is a large landform that stretches above the surrounding land in what's called the form of a peak. So if we look right here at the very top, that's the top of Mount Timpanogos. That's the peak of the mountain. Is it higher than a hill? That's right, it is. It's higher and steeper than a hill. Let's take a closer look at what's in the valley of Mount Timpanogos. So in between our mountain peaks right here and over here, the highest parts of the mountain, we have what's called our valley, and that's where you would go up the mountain. So let's look and go on a tour of one of the trails that you might have gone when you go to Mount Timpanogos. See right here, see these people right here? They're going on a hike up the mountain. Now I want you to look around. What do you see? What do you see as you're going up the trail? I see over here I see trees. I see some trees and it gets higher. Obviously right here we're looking down on the valley. So these people right here, those people right there, they're climbing up higher. They're lower than these people up here. Pretty cool. That's great. So you see rocks, you see trees. That's great. So then, now that we've looked at a mountain, let's go to a different part of the world. And let's look at what's called the redwood forest. Raise your hand if you can tell me what a forest is. That's right. A forest is also referred to as woods. So in a forest you'd see lots and lots of trees. So this forest that we're going to is called the redwood forest. It's right here. It's on the other side of Utah. It's on the west side of the United States in California, and it's the redwood forest. And here we see some of the trees that you would see in that forest. Look at how big those trees are. How big are those trees compared to the trees that we saw in Mount Timpanogos? That's right, they're a lot bigger. And what looks different about this area? That's right, we see these people. Look at how big the trees are compared to these people. That's right. What do you think the temperature is right here? The sun is out, but the trees are kind of covering from you from the sun. So it might be kind of cool. They're wearing long sleeve jackets. That's great. Let's look and see. Let's look at a closer picture of the redwood forest. Look right here. So now the forest, in a forest we have what's called the upper canopy and the lower canopy. So when you're standing looking up at this tree, you're actually the bottom, and this branch right here, that's considered the lower canopy. But up high, let's see, up high, up here, where the very tops of the trees are, that's called the upper canopy. That's great. And here's the lower canopy. It's like shrubs and smaller bushes, maybe fallen tree branches from the upper canopy. That's great. Let's look at this tree. Look at how big this tree is. If we had our entire class go around the base of the tree, do you think if we were holding hands, do you think the whole class would be able to fit around the tree? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Now that we've looked at a mountain and a forest, let's look at a rainforest. A tropical rainforest. Okay, now we're in South America. Look at this. I want to show you something. I want to show you exactly where we are though. So here's the Amazon rainforest right here. It's a tropical rainforest that we're going to learn some more about. But look where we came in order to get there. If you go out, whoa. There's the Amazon rainforest, and if you go up, here we are at Mount Timpanogos, and then the redwood forest right here. So we traveled all the way down here to South America to see the Amazon rainforest. Look at this picture. This is a picture of the Amazon rainforest. Now we looked at a forest, but what does it mean to have a tropical rainforest? A tropical rainforest is a forest, but it has lots of rain. It has tons and tons of rain. And if it's tropical rainforest, then that means it's really, really warm and it's really, really wet. So when you're outside and you're in the tropical rainforest, your skin might feel dewy. It might feel wet, and it would be pretty hot. Now in a tropical rainforest, remember how we talked about the upper canopy and the lower canopy? Well, right here in the lower canopy of this forest, we have what's called a jungle. And a jungle is characterized by the fallen upper canopy. So the tall trees, the tall parts of the trees, if some of it has fallen and broken down into the lower part, then it gets tangled and it grows within the other shrubbery and the other bush, and that's what's called the jungle. Now that looks pretty wild. It'd be hard to navigate in there. So what's different about this tropical area than the mountains and the forests? That's right. It'd be warmer. There's a lot more trees and green shrubbery. And it's a lot greener because it's a lot wetter and there's a lot of moisture. And so the trees, they grow, and the shrubbery grows a lot quicker than it does in the forest and in the mountains. Great. And let's look right here. In this rainforest, it looks like we actually have right here, we're going to get closer in, and there's actually, this right here is an earthquake. There are a lot of earthquakes that happen in the Amazon rainforest. That's what that means. Let's see if we can look at the temperature. We gotta get back to the Amazon.